Three, two, one.
There we go.
Well, everybody, welcome to the Bowls New South Wales Facebook, YouTube pages for a broadcast from Yamba. We're broadcasting the Yamba Classic Pairs. We've got 6 games of 14 ends of pairs coming up over today and tomorrow. Joining me this morning is a legend in this area, Don Freeman. Welcome, Don.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. Not sure about the legend bit, but I'll take it.
Certainly very well known. Don, of course, organised the bowls here long term and is now the club president. First up, we've got a clash between a Queensland pair and a local pair. Now we've got AJ Buatava is leading up. So we got him round the wrong way to start with. He fooled me there. He's going to lead for Tommy Nathan, and all the New South Wales viewers would know him as former North Sydney bowler. And they're up against the local pair. Don, would you like to introduce the locals? They're, well, your cup of tea.
Yeah, well, Jake McHutchison. Jake's one of our younger bowlers. Jake is just coming into his own. He and his partner Brian Pennell won the major pairs this year a few weeks ago. This is Jake on screen now. He's had a few physical and mental challenges, but he's coming good. We've created a bowls monster, so he's very keen. He's into everything. He's one of our social selectors and very busy. And his skip will be Rob Wastell. Rob moved up from the border country, I think it's Moruya, just about 18 months ago. He lives out at Clifton here, and he's enjoying the bowls here and the weather, and he's playing in our top one of our top pennant grades as well. So they should account for themselves pretty well, I think. Jake's a big boy and he uses size 5 bowls, so any wind or anything's not going to affect him.
And just to confuse us, our leads have both got white bowls.
Yeah.
One looks like a Picasso. In fact, I think they're...
Yeah, Jake's look a bit like a Dalmatian, I think they are. Yeah.
I think they're an Aero Picasso. The other ones are a little more plain in colour, so I think the black marks might be a ditch rubber.
Yeah, I think so. The greens have had a fair bit of rain over the last few days, but they roll well. They're very true. Our head greenkeeper, Graham Brown, was the New South Wales Greenkeeper of the Year in 2019, so we're very fortunate to have Graham and his 2 offsiders. So we've Nathan Curtis and Tony Adaman. So they do a good job, so you can trust the greens here. They should be fairly true.
Well, we're up here just a few months ago for the Grade 6 Open State Pennant Finals. And there was certainly no one said anything other than glowing praise of the greens. Because we've got 4 greens here at Yamba, 3 full size and 1 a little bit smaller. Still can get the 24 inks on.
Yeah, at a pinch we can squeeze 27, but today we're using 26. So
52 teams in action. That's pretty good for a local tournament. Might be something about coming down to this local area, enjoying the facilities here at the Bowlo Sports and Leisure. Maybe some Yamba prawns or 2.
Yeah, well, the trawlers got out the last couple of nights, regardless of the weather, so there should be some around town.
A little bit shy with all the weight in the opening few bowls here. A little bit of rain, as you said, might have just taken that speed off, and players just underdoing it slightly. Big shout out to all those bowlers today competing in the state rookies qualifying. I'm not sure of the exact number of venues that'll be in action, but we'll have 32 qualifiers for the state finals determined by tonight. Pretty big day in some areas. They'll play 5 games of 12 ends of 3 bowl pairs.
our assistant CEO, Greg Target's up there playing at Evans Head today, so he's come on. He'll take over as the CEO when Phil Borton, our current CEO, goes on leave, long-term leave on the 1st of November, and Greg will take over, and we've introduced him to bowls, and he's very keen, so he's up there playing with his mate Tomo. So
just a little breeze coming through. You might be able to just hear it going over our microphones. Still very pleasant. So definitely shorts and t-shirt weather here.
About 90% of the time.
I do know there's a few fellas who actually bowl at my club, regularly come here for a little fishing trip. In fact, there's a half a dozen fellas from my hometown here
Albion
for a drinking trip. A bowls trip.
Albion Park, is
yes.
it? Yeah. Wazza and the boys come up here most years for this carnival. They make a week of it, at least a week of it, and they bowl probably 4 days, and they go fishing at least once outside with one of the charters. So they've been coming here for must be 5 or 6 years now, I think.
I've actually played quite a few games against a couple of those fellas, Jimmy and Troy Green. Jimmy, what's a good way to describe it? A fierce competitor.
Yes, yeah.
Old style cranky bowler. But a lovely fellow to go with that, though. I do mean that as a light-hearted. It's no insult.
No, they're good people to have. They keep coming back. They have a different tour shirt every year, and that's a very popular item to try and get your hands on up here.
In fact, I think I'm going to end up playing a pennant match against Jimmy this year. Odds on, if he's in the same division I am, I'll draw him. All right, so it is one shot to the Queensland pair, shall we call them that?
Well, it's a lovely bowl coming in here, but
Rob's got hold of it. I think he might have actually
given it away,
given an extra one away, or maybe 2 or 3. Tom going to stick with the forehand. Just got to miss the red bowl on the way in. Probably trying to go around it. Plenty of room to get down. It's pretty well pointed.
Yeah, good home.
Just out of the count, but good home. I'll just pull our camera back a little bit. So Rob
Wastell, yeah.
He's got a forehand shot. I sort of think he needs to play underneath his own, try and get down.
Yeah.
He's pretty well pointed.
Could be dangerous though. He could. That's a great effort. Yeah, it's a very good bowl.
So that's 1 to the Queenslanders. And they're on the right, so we'll change that over. And I might just change it from AJ to Tommy Nathan on the scoreboard because Tom's skipping. Well, that's an interesting view. I thought I'd set my presets, but when I press the button, I'm looking straight down the middle of the green, straight across the road. If I do that, I'm probably looking at the Twin Pines Motel, aren't I?
Yeah, which the club owns as well. So
yes, that was a shameless plug.
Yeah, that's well done. So.
Actually, staying there, very nice facilities. Room's clean. Room's pretty big too, actually.
Clean sheets, hot water. Nice staff. Good start by Jake.
And of course, some people reckon the Aston's slightly better motel.
Well, yeah, that's they're the two. You're doing a good job, Andrew. They're the 2 motels the club does own, but we bought the Aston first. Strangely, the long story about the Twin Pines across the road is that many years ago, a block of land that the club owned, but the club sold the land so we could build this clubhouse. And now that it's turned a full circle, we've bought the motel back. So
the Aston's very nice as well. I have stayed there when I come up for the Sixers.
That's a 2-story motel. It's got more rooms. The Twin Pines is just a one level. So
there's not much between them. There's a different appearance, but I reckon they're both pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
Check-in was a breeze. Yes, shameless plugs. We'll look after his. Did also enjoy a lovely steak here for dinner.
At the Norfolk restaurant.
Yes.
The bistro. Yeah. There's plenty, as you said, there's plenty to do here with the 10-pin bowling and the mini golf and the rock climbing wall and the kids' play areas and things. So we've got a fair bit to offer. So
I'll give you one tip. I am not going to be going on the rock climbing wall.
Looks like they found their length now. They're not.
Tommy's just fired that one a bit quick. So he was looking to sit the Jack high shot bowl.
Yeah.
So Rob, as much as that is a good bowl, I think you should be just trying to slightly overplay this. Sit Jake's bowl, turn it
behind. Yeah.
Or just get in behind for some cover. It's going to be a good home. Rob using the slice, blue on the discs, so to speak, and the red running surface. Tommy's got a bit less weight on this one.
Looks like a reasonable line.
He's going to swing. I think a little bit of breeze has got hold of him. So our leads bowls are very, very similar. Very hard to tell who's who. Have to pay big attention. It's a pretty good result from Tom here. Just a little trail.
Yep.
Covered it up.
Nice bowl by Rob.
Get another look at that one.
Just asking about the least one. It goes to the nearest blue spot.
Yeah, it goes out on that side. It goes the nearest one. It's out on the side, but it goes straight over the back.
So I thought I'd just ask Don a little bit of clarification on the respot. They're using the 3 respots here, which under the laws, if it goes out of bounds on the left side of the rink, it'll go to the left spot. If it goes out on the right, it'll go to the right spot. But it rebounds to less than 18 metres from the mat line or goes over the face of the bank, you go to the tee.
Yep.
I have been called the rules nerd a few times.
Every club needs one.
Not popular with people, but that doesn't worry me. Interesting choice to use the 3 spots. It's most have gone the lazy route and gone just to the tee. I know with the rookies that's on now, we only use the tee. We just find it less confusing.
Well, as I said, our head greenkeeper, he's a stickler for doing the right things, and he marks them all out for us and makes sure that we do the right thing as well. So.
With the state one, we often find that not every club has a greenkeeper as methodical as you, or don't have the access to the staff at times. They might have a contractor that it's not in their contract to do that, so we just go with the tee. Plus, we've also found with events like the rookies, we're better off to just use the tee because it's a lot less.
Yep, keep it simple.
Confusing.
Yep.
I think a lot of World Bowls events have gone to the tee as well because they found it difficult to mark. And believe it or not, other countries don't mark centre lines.
Yeah, exactly right, yeah.
Have talked to some other ITOs who've been at events and they find it rather amusing and disconcerting almost when they measure. See the people going out with a little plastic piece and hammering it into the green for a 2 metre mark.
Oh, really?
I can just imagine our greenkeeper's getting rather upset at someone doing that. Well, a little bit of a reaching shot there from Tommy. He was just a fraction wide. So Rob still going to play that backhand side. He played a beauty.
Yeah, he's gone a bit wider this time.
Gets the inside of that white bowl. It's pretty good. Yep, he's on the inside. Probably would have liked to have come back to match that bowl at the back rather than...
Yeah, leave it on the wings there. I think you're right.
But it's on Nathan here. He's got to be careful. If he just gets a little piece of that jack and doesn't stay with it, he could easily bring both of Rob's bowls in. He's got the middle in rather than the work.
So that's Jake's bowl that's been pushed back. So I think the Yamba side's pretty
well set.
Yeah, pretty safe here.
He's going to stick with his backhand. There is a chance on that forehand side, but he's played 3 on the backhand already. So early stages, don't be too aggressive. But a little touch there would have been pretty good.
Made it interesting, yeah.
Don't take any risks though. That's not too bad. I think it was a 1. 1 all after 2.
It might have been 2, I'm not sure there.
Oh no, it was 2. There's 2 on the board.
Yep.
Can just see the scoreboard. Oh. Presets didn't quite hold, but what an excuse to go to that wide shot. The Norfolk Bistro, probably named because of the Norfolk Island Pines. Pretty good guess, that one, Don?
Yeah, I think you got it. There's quite a few around town, so...
Presets seem to have disappeared. I wonder if I pressed the wrong button.
I think these 2 leads are going to have a nice little battle this morning. So they've been matching each other pretty well in the 2 ends that we've seen. So
That's a pretty fair correction from Jake. Backhand for AJ. He's just underdone both a little.
I just gave the 2 leads a bit of a rap, and look what they've done to us.
Yeah, Jake's quite reasonable. AJ's just got the short there. Jake's second bowl. It's within the old yardstick.
Yeah, within the mat.
Anything within a mat length is actually brilliant in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm happy to get him in the same postcode someday.
When the winds kick up here too, it's they can scatter.
Oh, Rob. Well, he's got the tee.
His line was nice.
Well, I did play a fair bit of my bowls quite a while ago with one of the old hardheads in the Illawarra, one old Bobby Bartlett, probably pretty well known around the state from the older fellas. He was a very tough competitor, but he always said, get your grass right, your weight will come.
Yep.
He's one of those cranky bowlers, I think it's probably a good way to put it, but you knew where you stood with Bob. He was a bit gruff on the green because he was such a fierce competitor. A lovely fella.
Rob just collected that front bowl. If he was past that, it looked like a pretty good bowl.
Tommy giving it a chance to get round those shorter bowls. Weight's pretty fair as well.
Yeah, good bowl.
Lee shot. Our game is not one where you have to play brilliantly to win. You just have to play a little bit better than your opponent.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And it's sometimes not how many good bowls you play, but when.
My brother, he's a reasonable golfer, keeps saying, how hard can this be, just rolling a ball down a green? So, but he's never accepted any of my challenges to come and have a game yet, I tell you. So,
this looks a decent line from Jake too. He's just holding a little bit on that side of the green.
yeah, just touching his own would be interesting, but yeah.
Just going to slide past. Just looking to get round and cover the two at the back there.
Done pretty well.
Yeah, good home. Still a chance there for Jake to grab that jack down to the tee. Needs to just hit it in the middle and run on. Oh,
He's a bit unlucky there.
he just missed that one. I think he had the target. It's fine balance here. Do you try and draw another one or do you draw that cover?
Well, yeah, that's right. I think they'd be looking behind, wouldn't they?
Well, I think I'd be trying to draw pretty much down to the tee.
I think he might have got caught in two minds here.
It looks to me like the sort of speed where you need to make sure you reach.
Yeah.
It's been a fair bit of rain around over the last few days. hasn't it?
Yeah, over 100 mils in the last couple of days, but with this breeze blowing at the moment, it should dry off pretty well. Unfortunately, there are showers predicted for later this afternoon again, so
Chance here for Rob. Backhand. Just over the draw.
yep. So far, it seems to be his favoured hand.
He's played backhand going the other way as well, so
Yeah.
he played backhand round the clock. I haven't got the local knowledge to say whether that's good or bad.
And most of our leads normally stay on the one side of the green, backhand, forehand type thing, but you're not allowed to tell the skip to change hands, are you? That's a nice bowl.
Very good home from Tommy. Covers.
Yeah. Second shot too, I think.
I think it is. Still that chance for Rob to play that slight over the draw. Slightly tight. You get the jack through the hole is really good, but you got two bowls to sit on there.
Yeah, looks like he's wide again though.
Yeah, it has to be underneath that one. Doesn't want to hit it.
No.
A little bit too much traffic. I won't call this a free kick, but it's
Yeah, big chance to pick up a multiple.
needs a bit of luck. Not going to get it because
No.
he wasn't there.
Looks like two to the Queenslanders. I don't mind saying that, being a good Queensland boy myself.
Won't hold that against you.
Yeah, it's interesting during State of Origin down here, I tell you. You mentioned that we hosted the Grade 6 Open Gender Pennant Finals here this year. We're lucky enough we've got the Grade 3s next year and the Grade 1 the year after that, so we're really looking forward to it. And
25 and 26. I'm
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
working in seasons and
Yep,
winning
yep,
next year.
yep.
No.
And in a couple of weeks' time, we've got the over 40 pairs finals here.
Yep, we'll be back here and set up in probably at this spot in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I did have to do a little restart on my computer. I think I've thrown out all my presets. Normally I can press one button and all my cameras will go to the right spot, or one for each camera. Doesn't seem to be working for me. That one's number 2.
Yeah, nice lead bowl by Jake.
That's a pretty good answer.
Yep.
Oh, AJ, just going to fall a little short.
Yeah.
Beautiful line. Good
Yes.
correction there. Probably didn't need to correct his weight.
Yeah, it looked like Jake's played a pretty good bowl. Although a little short.
Slight overcorrection. I think that one will be shot though.
Yeah.
Can't quite see it live. It's just out in front of us. But Jack's hiding.
Might force Rob on the other hand, though.
He did play his backhand side on the way down here last time, but got the chance of the clean backhand draw or to play forehand onto Jake's bowl.
Yeah.
If he does play forehand, he's also got the other one to sit on if he's a little wide, so that might be the easier. Tommy though, he'll play the backhand.
Yeah, the dead draw or sit this back bowl.
Come to a good home right on the centre line.
Yeah, Rob has changed over, so
Not too far off the mark.
yeah, it's just his weight's going to beat him. He's going to sit this last bowl of Tom's.
You happy with that position though? Can hear the unmistakable call from Carl Healy up the end of the rink there.
That'll be a formidable team with Carl and Peter Taylor teaming up.
Which one went in light? Carl, I think, is also a bloke who could be described as a fierce competitor.
Yeah, well, Peter's not far behind him, I don't think. So.
Peter has a much more laid-back appearance on the green than Carl. But don't be fooled. Oh, that's good from Tom. No, from
Rob.
Rob.
Yeah, yep. Peter's certainly a celebrity up here from bowling at Alstonville. So
He's a very attacking bowler, I know that.
first time I saw him play up here was in the zone singles final, and his very first bowl, he had the mat and he put the jack in the ditch with his first bowl and basically turned around and said, "We'll beat that," you know. So he was playing against one of our top bowlers, Brad Johnson, at the time. So
And Brad was a very good junior bowler from memory.
yes. One of the Johnson clan, the dynasty up here. We've got 6 Johnsons as part of our club at the moment. I think there was in the family there was 12 boys and 1 girl, I think, something like that. So
Oh, Jake,
yeah, good bowling.
very good.
Yeah.
think Tom said they were just the one down. I did have a skip once said to me, we get one on the odd numbered ends and only concede one on the even numbered ends and we'll win. That theory, of course, doesn't work in this tournament.
No, because you're playing
Because
even.
we're 7 all.
That's right, yeah.
But his premise was, don't drop any more than one and score as often as you can, you'll win.
Yep. Another good bowl by Jake.
Oh, very good.
Yep.
Might have made a couple there. The closest one of the Queenslanders bowl, I think, is at about 2 o'clock on the right.
Yep.
Could be a couple inside that. The short one isn't, even though it looks like it might be on the screen. Live, it certainly doesn't look like it, but
Yeah. I'd probably favour only one. We haven't seen any real aggression yet on this this rink.
oh, good bowl from Tom. I think he might have
Stolen shot
snuck
there.
it
Yeah.
in. No, still one down according to AJ. Just off screen, I saw him signal one down. Well, Jake wants Rob to play backhand draw.
Yeah, could get rid of that bowl on either hand, I think.
Don't know if it brings too many in, so
So the skip's made his own mind up.
he's going to stick with that forehand side. Just depends on where that jack is. It looks like it might be slightly off centre.
Yeah.
Might have been a bit worried about just slicing it and dropping it down. I think we'll see a little bit of aggression this time.
Yep, here it comes. Well, that certainly opened it up. One down with that 2 o'clock bowl by the look of it.
Yeah. And that was the indication from AJ that they had 2 seconds. That's why the pump through the head was undertaken. Not sure that's how he planned to do it, but
Well, it's all about the result, isn't it?
scorecard never shows how you got them. Rob, he's got a little way to draw. But
Yeah.
He's
He's going to pull up short, isn't he? Yeah.
just not quite given it enough curry. And they're the sort of bowls that I think that actually win your game. It's not always the one where you've got 2 millimetres to draw a shot and you do it. Sometimes it's more the ones where you've got 3 or 4 feet. They're the ones you need to really nail down.
Yeah. It seems like an easy shot, but it's probably, the pressure's on. So,
Well, they're the ones where a lot of people don't concentrate as much because it's easier, looks easier. You just get on the mat and play without the full thought process. So when you do that, you drop short or you go long. AJ's openers in the right area. This one's getting the applause though.
yeah, Jack high.
Good sportsmanship there, congratulating his opponent.
Yeah, I think they're both enjoying this battle, to be honest.
Well, I got the impression AJ just loves getting out and having a own bowls.
Yeah. Well, Jake might be chewing his ear off too, I might add. So.
Jake, important here to capitalise. You've got one good one.
Yeah, get inside those bowls of AJ's and behind would be lovely. So
Toucher is brilliant. That's actually pretty good because it's just blocking it off a little bit.
Yep.
At last end, though, we saw the aggression come out for the first time. Probably a little bit of good fortune involved here. But he's given it a chance. He's pumped the bowl up and on and got it through to count.
I don't think you'll see Rob Wastell play too many aggressive shots. So he's a very consistent draw bowler, maybe just up, a little bit over, not much. Pretty good effort.
Yeah, slightly overplayed, but he's given himself good position. Third shot. And Rob, I like him lining up on this backhand side now. Just want to slightly overplay maybe. Come around your own down to that last Tommy Nathan bowl. If you're a little bit tight and you turn your own is okay.
Yeah, probably need another 18 inches on that would have been perfect.
It does open the chance for Tom to play with a little bit more aggression, and he's going to take that chance.
You've picked it.
A little touch on the jack, he's got shot out of it.
Yep.
That was the problem. I think Rob just presented too large a target. So while it is great to be able to draw a shot, sometimes you're better off just not to add to the width that you've got.
Yeah, he needed to be behind, close to the tee, I thought, but that should be shot, I believe.
He's played that very, very well. Do see some of the better bowlers often say play with, they'd be holding one or two shots, but they'll play with 2 feet of weight. Not with the aim to make more shots, but just to make it a little more difficult for their opponent to convert the head.
Exactly, yeah.
And if you're playing against someone like Peter Taylor, you know that he's going to be attacking with big weight or good weight, depending on the situation, but you just don't give him any opportunities.
When I first started bowling, there was a wise man here called Earl Cochrane. He came from Wiseman's Park, actually.
I know Earl.
You know Earl. He's gone back home to Wollongong, but yeah, he was one of my early mentors, and he was telling me all the tricks of the trade and about, always playing to get 2 foot behind, never cross the line, all this, the other thing, build ahead. He was a very good mentor, and he was also a very good cricketer apparently in his day at a game of Sheffield Shield, I believe, many years ago. But when he dropped out of the top grades, he came back and mentored some lower grades. I had the privilege of playing in the state pennant finals with him down at Warilla one year. So
yeah. We joked that Yamba was Illawarra number 2 at one stage. Yeah, that Earl Cochrane in it.
Yep.
Earl was my skipper in grade 1 pennants at Wiseman Park in about 98, 99.
Okay, yep.
For a game.
No, I think it was about 20, 2017, I think we played down at Rilla or something like that. So 16 or 17.
We had somebody out of the ones and they rotated us out of the next grade down because we were doing quite well. And they all said to me, "See you next week." And I went, "Oh, sorry, I think I'll be back in the back in the threes," which is our second side. They all won a few club championships while I was at Wiseau's.
Very good bowler. Yeah, he ended up being the lead on our top side here for many years, and then he and another bloke called Bruce Angel dropped back a few grades and mentored a whole different generation of bowlers through. So great bloke. He was a fierce competitor, but not a cranky bowler.
No. I think he was a bank manager.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Out, not Scone, but out west somewhere.
Still fighting just to draw to that jack off centre there.
Yeah, the Queenslanders holding one by the look of it. Could be two now.
It will be. Oh, he's just pulling up. I thought that had the speed,
Yeah.
but just pulled up. So Rob's got the last bowl of the head. I won't say an easy draw, but just got to get around that last Tom Nathan bowl.
Yeah, just beating the ball at 4 o'clock.
Pretty close. He hits it, he's good.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to, he's going to stop.
Great bowl.
Keeps him in touch. 5 ends gone. It's 3-4.
We're actually measuring here for 2, so
Well, that angle on the screen is very deceptive.
yeah.
Well, under Shippo's 1/3 theory, the Queenslanders should actually go on and win this game.
It's been pretty tight though.
It is set up on a 21 end game, but the stats apparently it's more than 3/4 of the time the team in front after 7 ends will go on to win that game.
So have you got a score predictor?
No. Well, I did ask him to break that down into how many they led by.
Yep.
But he hasn't done it yet. Some great theories going around. Junior's run rate theory. He says once you need more than 1.5 an end,
You're in trouble.
you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's pretty close. Once they need 1.5 an end, a good team will make sure they don't get it. Gets blown out of the water when someone drops a 6 or a 7 though.
Exactly. Yeah. But good skips don't let you pick up 6s and 7s normally. So.
No. When you do pick up those big counts, is it because you've played good bowls or your opponent hasn't?
It's probably a combination of both.
No, me and the Albatross picked up about 5 8s over a 14-month period.
Really?
And one of those was because we played some sensational bowls, and the rest was because we were given a chance because the opposite opponents only had none or one in the head. They'd just had an ordinary end.
Yep.
And months will be playing somebody who I'd put into the top bowler category, or very good. And that was because we played a couple of good ones and they played one ordinary one. Took their own out and then we took their other one out.
We Yamba hosted the region Far North Coast grade 4 and 5 or 3 and 4 single gender pennant finals here just a couple of weeks ago, and one of the teams from Broom's Head, actually, looked like they weren't going to score a shot a whole match. They were down 20-0. Ouch. And they were talking about getting a 0 pin, but the skip wasn't going to go with that. They ended up with a 4. So
that is an ouch.
Yes.
Then on the end of a couple of horrible score lines, and mostly it was all I could do was sit back and go to my opponent. Well played.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, great bowl from Tom.
Yep. Yeah, holding 2 maybe.
Rob. Got a chance to play a little bit of a tight line here. Bowl to sit on. Just
wide.
A bit quick.
Yeah. You could keep that weight if you wanted to and just narrow it up, because he could, there's nothing for wide, but if he got onto his own bowl or even the jack, he'd be right.
That is a very good bowl.
Yep.
There is no wrong shot to play.
It's all about the result.
It's whatever works and whatever you're confident playing, because if you're not confident playing it, you're not going to play it.
Yep.
So whatever you do, you decide what shot you're going to play and you concentrate on that one shot. You play it and then you don't overanalyse. You just go, well, it worked or it didn't work.
Yep.
I think for Jake here, backhand draw, you're going to play with a foot or two of weight and a slightly tight line.
Yep.
You got 2 bowls to sit on or a jack to trail.
Yeah, it's certainly got a few options. So.
But you just draw through that head.
He's turning now.
He's got that.
He's bowled a lovely
absolutely
bowl.
Spot on. That's exactly the shot I was calling.
Yep.
You can't hear me. Probably a few bowlers I know will be going, he's obviously played the wrong shot because of what you called.
Strange, Jake, I mentioned Jake and another bowler, Brian Pennell, won the major pairs here about a month or so ago. Jake was the skip, and he bowled the full range of shots. He bowled very well. So, but he can certainly draw.
Well, AJ is giving this one a chance. Just going to get the edge of Rob's bowl. Important thing now is you got shot. Don't play the same one you just did.
Exactly.
Just a little more grass down to that one.
Done it pretty well.
Yep. Well, Tommy's just said, yeah, mate, best back. So I think we might see a little bit of speed on this. Not a lot of excitement on that one.
No.
Rob might have come in for another one on that. Well, Tommy's looking at the front bowl there.
Yep.
I think he might be looking to plant it straight onto the 2 shot bowls.
Well, you get rid of both of them. So.
Well, even if you don't, you get it out of the way, you give yourself a chance in your last one.
Yep.
You're a fraction wide on the forehand, it might be a chance to get just the outside of Rob's bowl, get a nice little result if you've got enough speed. I don't know if you're going to come back quickly enough off the... Well, no, the outside one is short of Jack high, so even if you get the outside of that one,
That's right.
you could get a result. For Rob,
I thought he'd be come around the back somewhere.
yeah, somewhere near the tee would be good.
Yep. If he stays up now, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good bowl.
He's around about the 2 metre mark, so I think he's actually covered all 3 spots with that bowl.
Yep.
Tom, he'll go solid. There's a few results available.
He's done it. Yeah. Still one. Jake's called the Yamba side still holding one.
Even though he hasn't got shot, Tom's probably got rid of 2 or 3 out of that, so...
Yeah, set it up.
And that's an excellent result if you've chopped 2 or 3 out.
Rob's tended to be a bit short on his last bowl.
I think sometimes people with their last bowl, they get a little tentative, they're not sure what to do, or they're just afraid they're going to muck things up, so you don't play it with any confidence.
But when you're bowling against people of this standard, you need to be making every bowl just about. You can't give him a free shot.
The other thing is, accept that if you're going to be in that area, you might muck it up occasionally.
Yeah, that's right.
Doesn't matter. If you fall short, you won't muck it up, but you won't make it better either. So sometimes you're just as well off to give shot away as well. Because if you give it away, you might only be 1 down instead of 4 or 5 down.
Yeah, normally if you give it away, your bowl's up in the head close, so when, bit of a shorter end.
Oh, good. From Jake, it's in the area. Sometimes I think people worry about being too precise.
Well, it is about building the head, isn't it? So this one's holding out.
I know. Carl says the same as Lee Schreiner, says the same as others to the leads. I don't care where you finish, just don't finish short. Don't get in my way.
Exactly.
Rather you're 3 metres behind than a metre short. I'd rather a back-resting toucher, of course. But,
Yeah.
but
It's hard to get 4 of them.
very hard. I think I've got 4 of them. I've been bowling for 40 years.
Jake just took a little bit too much off, but he is holding shot.
So just a reminder, if you are following on our Facebook page, while we do have the settings set to block comments with links, the scammers do get in there. Don't click on any links in messages unless you're sure they're from us. And I'm actually banning the person who's been putting links on. Alan Vidley saying AJ is built like Tarzan and plays like Jane. And the North Sydney connection they're watching on. Kenta. Hello, Kenta.
Apparently Jane was a pretty good player on a day, though.
Well, I think they mean he plays with a delicate touch rather
Yeah, I
than
know. Yeah.
swinging through the trees. You talk about lovely fellas. Kenta, if you're still watching on, he qualifies in that category. Kenta Treacher. Played at North Sydney for many years, now plays with St John's Park. Won a New South Wales State Singles Champions and competed internationally representing Japan. Did very well. And folds a very neat paper napkin crane.
Okay. Origami.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talented man, teacher, I think. Kenner is. Very gentle soul. He's not a cranky bowler, that's for sure.
You need all types in your side, though, in your club.
Did represent New South Wales at junior level.
Certainly some good juniors coming through in New South Wales.
Well, a lovely little haul at the Australian Junior Championships and the Nationals, of course, on at the moment. The New South Wales juniors have just come away with a good haul of medals. Good luck to the Paras. Finals today, I think, some of them.
Yeah, it's amazing watching some of the junior bowlers and the paras. It's certainly a game for everybody.
Well, he's not mucking around with this.
Yes, well, that goes on the dot. So give it a bit of ribbing there just because you're on TV. That was a Tarzan shot, though, wasn't it?
Well, certainly good speed.
They can't find the jack. That's the trouble.
Somebody's holding it hostage right down the green.
Yeah, Rob walked about 4 rinks across to pick it up out of the ditch. So
Got monstered. Can be a little disconcerting when someone does give the big smack. You just got to take it, play the next one. It's changed drastically. We'll combine those two and say dramatically.
yeah, well, no one's got a dictionary here. No, the shot bowl's slightly out of screenshot there. I think Jake's last bowl, just there it is. So there's plenty to draw.
We'll keep it on the straight and narrow though. We know it's there. There are a few people around who certainly do give it a nudge when they drive. Peter Taylor's one of them. I know Peter gets some good speed when he lets a thunderbolt rip. Probably best known for its Ryan Bester.
Yes, we're hopeful to see some of those top-class bowlers up here in the next few years now that this has become a Tier 3 tournament. So
had the, shall I say, pleasure of playing Ryan in a game some years ago. Not long after he first came out, he was playing at Cabramatta, and my mate, who probably could be, we both could be described as ordinary bowlers.
yeah, I'm in that category for sure.
Great bowl from Rob. And we got to play against Peter Bellis leading for Ryan Bester. So 2 world champions.
How'd you go?
We went good if you only played 15 ends. we were 15 all after 15, which I thought was pretty good. And then the next 6 ends,
They got serious.
I went, wow. Anytime we got anything close, Ryan went bang.
Yep.
And then played a couple of little delicate shots too that we were holding 2 till he played it. Dropped a 6.
Let's see if Rob can repeat without making a target. Doesn't want to trail the jack at all. All right, good bowling. Oh, make a target. It was the last bowl, so 2 good bowls there.
Well, that'll get them back to even.
We'll see how your theory holds up. Even after 7, isn't it?
Yeah, this one would probably be more like the 5th end, a third of the way through.
Yep.
See Robin out measuring.
Well, that's a fairly wayward roll of the jack. I think we'll be going back for another roll.
Yep. Jake playing the forehand. Obviously no concern about choosing the ditch side. And a lot of greens you'll see anyone playing will play the non-ditch side as their first choice, but plenty of grass both sides, not a lot of wear, so
Yeah. Greenkeepers rotate the greens and the rinks around pretty well, so as I said earlier, you can certainly trust the greens, so it's all up to your ability. So
the beauty is too here with the 4 greens in play, you can rotate which green you're using as well as the rinks and the direction.
yeah, and Greenkeeper cancelled the Thursday night bowls that were scheduled so that we wouldn't have too much traffic on the greens before this weekend.
Don, you've just recently installed some brand new LED lights.
Yeah.
And a post in the middle of each green.
Yeah, and they work brilliantly. They are superb. Most of the shadows are pushed out towards the edge of the green, so when you're bending over, you don't see a shadow in front of you or anything like that. So it's pretty good. Took a long time. It took a while to get them, but now that they're in, we're making the most of them. So
traditionally, you wouldn't have put the posts in the middle of the greens because of the old incandescent lights.
Yep.
But with 3 LED heads there, I'd say you get the bright in the middle of the green instead of the edges, which would be really good.
Well, each of the heads are at different angles, but also each of the LEDs inside each head are all at different angles. Well, they're calculated by some computer program, and they're all put in there, and it's very, very even coverage of light. So
they might be in action tonight.
Could be for the mega bowls. We have the 1 bowl mega bowls tonight. So on each rink, the bowler furthest from the jack is eliminated. You end up with a winner on each rink, and they come together. And the last man standing or last person standing, it's open to everybody, not just the bowlers playing in this tournament, but the last person standing will get the $500 check. So
if you're looking to get yourself $500, turn up to Yamba.
Yep.
6 o'clock tonight start. So
$10 entry.
Pop down about 5. I think I'll spectate.
We actually have a 1 bowl singles championship here, so it's an open event. So
tend to produce some interesting results as well.
I just noticed our head greenkeeper just walked past. Should get him out of here. And Rob's forgotten about the camera, so he's standing right in front of it.
I just want to give Yamba a plug. I did remind the players, most of them are really good on the green and then they get up on the bank and they forget.
Yeah.
And AJ said, "Oi, you're on the middle."
Yeah, they're self-policing.
Just a reminder, if you are watching on, you're watching the Bowls New South Wales YouTube, Facebook pages. We are coming to you live from Yamba Bowling Club for the Yamba Classic Pairs. We've got 6 rounds to be played, 14 ends. Traditional Aussie walking pairs, 2, 2, 2, 2. I think I said enough.
Well, it's a very good result by Jake.
We have a respot rule in place, so if the jack goes out of bounds, it'll be on one of the 3 spots, depending on which side it goes, or whether it rebounds or goes over the face of the bank. Very handy prize money, Tier 3 Bowls Australia ranking points on offer. Plus, we're in beautiful Yamba. Very well known for some spectacular beaches. Some yummy prawns, some good fishing.
And great people.
Great people, great atmospheres. You don't need a jacket here. Well, not very often.
No, rarely. If it's a jacket, normally it's a spray jacket.
Plus, you've got the wonderful Bolo Sports and Leisure here at Yamba. The Norfolk Bistro. Very good feed. Couple of nice motels right in close proximity to the club. Short walk to town.
Nothing's too far away from the club, Andrew. So,
and with the new freeway, you're only 2 hours or so from the Queensland border.
I was in Brisbane yesterday. It took 3 hours and 20 minutes to Brisbane and 2 hours to the Gold Coast. So,
and you're only about a 7-hour run down to Sydney. So we are keeping an eye on our Facebook comments. Just a reminder, don't click on any links. And if anybody asks you to give a credit card details, don't do that. We've got some of our traditional
it's a nice bowl by Rob.
Bowls Tragics watching on. Mary in Scotland and Fife. Phil Lubke always watches on from Silverdale out in Western Sydney. Oh, he's not got what he was after there.
I have a feeling he might reload, though, with his last bowl.
He's a few down, but it's one of those cases where you can draw within a foot and you're still probably 3 down. So if you get a hit, you get a better result.
I'm not sure who's covering the tee. That does look like Jake's bowl, but AJ's is very similar, isn't it?
Yes. We need some U-Butte software that we can actually map.
Yeah.
Well, I did put a thought out that maybe we should get some GPS chips in bowls.
Or on stickers that you put on the bowls.
Yeah. You put the GPS chip in, you can actually just have it mapped for you. How cool would that be? How expensive would it be is probably the better question.
Yep. Yeah, looks like Tom's going again, is he? Just pulled out of that one for some reason.
Oh, I think someone's just walking past.
Yep.
he's got the edge and got the jack as well. So we'll go to the spot to the back left of screen.
Yep. So that would be very interesting. 3 to the Yamba side, so yeah, new leader.
Well, roughly third of the way through theory. Changed over now. They've gone from behind to in front.
Yep. A tight game like this, though, a 3's a very, very handy pickup. So, I'm not sure who's scheduled to be on rink 8 in the next round, but I'm sure it's going to be another great game.
Don't know. We because the players drew this morning for their rink.
Yeah, we'll go and have a look at that.
In just a minute.
We know the controlling body. I'm sure he can organise something. So.
Thankless job that one, though, being the controlling body. Can tell you though that the Bowls New South Wales Member Conference and Partner Expo registrations are open. That's only about 3 weeks away now. A week after the State Over 40 Pairs final. 20 leagues. Steve Glasson, OAM, guest speaker. Plenty of workshops and discussions on about gaining members, insights from successful clubs. We've got a few guest speakers coming in. I've even been roped in to talk about some aspects of umpiring along with the chairman of the State Umpires Committee. Alan's about the process. I'll give a little bit of insight about, haven't written it yet, but some of my umpiring journey. I've only been an umpire since 1985. So about, not quite 40 years. I also took the chance when I had the chance to become accredited as an ITO. So international technical official, nice title. World Bowls does your test and you get to officiate at world events or national.
A nice shirt.
Yeah, pretty shirt. I haven't actually got a copy of one of the new pretty shirts yet. Haven't had a chance. I have managed to mark a world indoor championship final and a world champion of champions final. The best, in inverted commas, seat in the house. Just lucky enough to be able to be in the right spot at the right time. Put in to go to Com Games but missed out. That would have been a wonderful experience.
Yeah. We might get the next one, you never know.
Or Glasgow, if it's on.
Yeah, yeah. Some would blame Victoria for that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to go there. Great experience. I know quite a few of the umpires who have gone. They've had a wonderful time and worked hard.
Yeah, it'd just be nice to catch up with other international umpires and see how, just the differences and how they interpret things as well and how they manage things. So.
Well, they don't interpret it different at all. No, the stuff from World Bowls, you do a lot of pre-work. They actually get you over and they go through everything very carefully about the COP and what's going on. Run through stuff. What would be hard to believe for a lot of people, though, is you're not allowed to use the orbital measure.
Yeah, which is quite strange, isn't it?
It's not a preferred piece of equipment in some parts of Australia even, but I reckon it's fantastic, but others don't.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most accurate you would think. So,
well, it is what it is. I better not say too much or I might get told off by some of the officials.
Well, we're like most clubs with umpires. I think we've got 13 or 14 umpires in the club, but unfortunately they're all also the bowlers. So when we have a tournament or whatever, most of them put their names down to play. So it's difficult to find umpires sometimes.
We do, of course, pay special tribute to those who do volunteer their time to help out their clubs, including the umpires, and we have an Official of the Year award now.
This is a lovely bowl by AJ.
Sat that one through, stayed for shot.
Yep. So Rob's just indicated that the Yamba side is one down. So the bowl on the line must be Jake's, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think it is. There's two from Robert also being in calculations.
Yeah, hit the gap here. That'll be a lovely bowl. Yeah, well
Got
played.
Run
Yep.
through. Very well played.
Force Tom to have another look.
I think that's the best option. He's got to play just down to the shot bowl. Really, the best result, I think, is to get that jack away from there.
Yeah, he's got the catches, so he could play with a bit 2 foot over would be fine. He's just going to swing across, I think.
Well, that's probably a good result to miss that bowl, not to get the
outside edge of it.
just turn it, stand it up. You could chip that jack across and be 2 or 3 down. And if it's AJ's bowl on the way in on that forehand side, you're probably better off to be a little bit wide than narrow.
Yeah, true.
I just can't tell whose is whose.
I think that is AJ's, and Jake's is the one on the line, and then Rob's got the 2 darker bowls behind. So, it's nothing for being narrow.
But for Rob, he can afford to turn Jake onto the jack. Not with any real weight, just enough to hide that jack into his own bowls.
Yeah. It's a pretty reasonable line, I think.
Yep, that's good. That's very good.
Yep.
Well, I think we'll see a little bit of attacking here.
I do think that Tom and AJ own the back.
Well, chances. Got one of his own, but I think he's cleared enough out that it's not made any real change. So forehand draw. One, well, he's going to go backhand.
Yeah, I think he's going to try and sit between his bowl and Jake's. Oh.
Wanted something to cover, I think, with that.
Yeah.
He might have been afraid if he was a bit wide on that hand, he turned that one in. We might see it attacking again.
Yes, not going to be short. Oh, he's
Got
gone
the
through the
hole.
hole. Yeah.
I think it's a couple. Didn't see an indication though. Going to put a couple down.
I think it might have been 2, yes. If it is 2, that's a handy break at this stage of the game.
Got 8-5 after. Is that 8 on the board? Yes.
Yep, 8-5 after the 6 end. 8 ends, is it?
Yeah, I think it's 8.
Yeah.
It does look like a 6. That's what just made me balk.
But the other rinks are all 8, so
You wouldn't think they'd be that far behind.
no.
Tom's a former North Sydney, not Belrose player.
Another dig.
Oh, I can't resist. Because one of our staff members plays at Belrose, so we have to give him a stir.
Yeah, and we've got Jason Pinnock playing here this weekend as well. The Bowls Australia rep for this area, and
Let me say it. Triple M. Oh, the effect's been changed. It used to be a real echo when we pressed the effect.
yep.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, Jason earned the nickname of the male model from McLean when he was there.
Yeah.
And I know it's McLean, but
I've been asked to shoot off just a little bit early before the end of this game and organise the next TV rink, so I'll leave you in a couple of ends, Andrew.
no
But
worries.
see what we can arrange.
They're a little bit wayward on this one. One decent, but the other 3, well, they're behind.
AJ's had enough.
Are we going for
Light
a
refreshment.
comfort stop or a refreshment stop? One of the two.
Yeah.
Got to hydrate. Whatever sort of liquid that is he hydrating with might be the
Yeah.
debatable part. Rob forehand draw. I'm pretty sure that's Jake on the way in, so
Yeah.
he can just get around it. He's good.
Yeah, he's got Jake's lead bowl there.
Well,
Oh, he's pulled up short.
you need to play with a bit more confidence there. Give yourself a chance. It's very easy to call.
Yeah, it's easy from here.
You pick where you want to miss. So if you usually want to miss long, you'll try and draw just past.
Yeah, it's a nice bowler's shot.
I think Rob's going to be forced to change to the backhand side.
Certainly looks like it, yeah.
And look, I've heard a theory that if you change hands, you'll fall short,
Well,
and he has.
but he fell short in his original hand as well, so it's a good call.
But you are forced to then go out to a different line, and you haven't got anything to correct on.
Yep.
The grass is often a little bit different from one hand to the other simply because of the prevailing weather conditions, whether that's where the grass points towards the sun. Probably not so much of an issue with the Tiffy over the Cooch grains, but Tiffy all 4 here, aren't they, Don?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, the small green was actually the nursery that Bob Ware developed this tift on, our original greenkeeper, but and it was decided to keep it on. So most of the clubs up here in the Northern Rivers now use this tift. Yeah.
Do you know one of the clubs I did play at in the past, particularly as the sun got down over the escarpment in the Illawarra, the grass would just change a bit because the blades would tilt,
Yep,
so
tilt,
they got
yeah.
towards the sun. Not so much of an issue with the tiff though, but the breeze certainly will affect it.
Yep.
And shock horror, not every green's going to be perfectly level. There will be some little variations, even from rink to rink.
With a bit of luck during the course of the weekend, you might get to commentate on our new green bowls coordinator, Peter Retallick. I think you've met Peter.
Yes.
He's moved over from West Australia. He used to play at North Beach. He's a nice fella. civil engineer by trade, so I'm sure that's got something to do with bowls. But he did win our major singles final this year. It's his first ever singles championship, so
That's a good time to do it.
yeah.
Got to watch out for these fellas who are engineers.
Yeah. I think he was working on the new Fremantle Bridge and gave that up and moved over here and took over the bowls coordinator job, and he's doing a great job. You'll see him down at the BowlsNSW conference in November.
That will be good.
Yeah.
What would be ideal is if they've drawn Jason and Dicko.
Well, I'll have to have a look at that on the schedule. There you go.
Because I swore that I would, if Jason was on the stream, I would be giving him a serve after he's given up joining me in commentary to go out and play.
Yep.
You're letting your mates down. And
Yeah, well, some would say he doesn't have many.
well, the bloke I play a lot of bowls with, he was a selector last year. Someone said to him, "Oh, you only pick your mates," and I went, "I know that's not true." And he, of course, said, "Yeah, haven't got any."
Yeah, that's right.
So Rob, backhand draw. There's a lot of traffic in the way here.
Yeah, it's very hard, difficult head to get to.
A little bit of contact,
Oh,
well, how else could you do it?
I think he's 2 wicks, one off the opposition, one off your teammate, and then you draw a shot.
Well, you put the bowls there to use. Well, straight through the hole.
Gee, he's been unlucky the last couple of times. Yeah, he's just got to draw to jack high, get around that front bowl.
The respot adds another dimension to it as well. You need to consider what happens if the jack goes out of bounds, what happens if he gets it right in the middle.
Yep.
And the three respots adds a huge dimension to it.
Yeah. Gets a bit confusing.
Because you're never quite sure where they're going to get that jack. If they get it slightly off centre, is it which side of the jack rink is it going to go? If you're going really quick, it can scoot along the ditch and still go out.
That's right. And
if they're only one down, I reckon he might go for that bowl, provided they've got more than 1 second.
again, I can't pick between the two lead bowls, so
It's his own bowl that's just short on the line, which I think is second shot.
yeah, and I think the one back here, back towards the ditch, the rink number, the black and white one there, I think that's Jake.
So that you just want to make sure that you can't get both your own. And you're not going to get any with that one.
No.
So that'd be another one to the Yamba pairing.
Yep.
And after being behind early, they're getting a handy little lead here. Just 4 ends to go. They're 6 in front. Oh, mate, Junior was watching on. His run rate theory has just come into play. 1.5 an end required.
I don't know if it's because the Yamba guys have lifted their game. I think the Queensland guys have just dropped off a little in the last few ends.
Yeah, they're just not quite got enough bowls in the right areas. Just been a little bit off target. Haven't been able to get the right results. And Rob did get a little bit of love last end.
Yep. Local love.
Well, down my way, that would have been once upon a time called a caramel cut.
A caramel cut. Okay.
By certain people, anyway. comes down to who it is calling it. They might have called it a clamor kiss if it was someone else.
Yeah, Wiseman's Park Wick or something.
Well, what was those Wick? Yeah. Or Adapto draw. He's put that little bit extra on this time. Still not going to quite get there. It's that long got a length. The jack is on the tee, and the mat's probably 2 metres up from the ditch, so probably the longest length we've had.
Yep. And I think Tom and BJ holding 2, but still plenty of room to draw.
Just noticed the boss walking past with some supplies for the bar.
Yeah, that's a good sign. It's a good sign because it means the bar needs resupplying, but also the boss is doing some work.
I'm sure my boss has done plenty of work, but he probably won't be today, being Saturday. They do tell us not. Make sure you do take some time off and turn off.
Yeah, exactly.
Every now and then I do think, go away, turn the phone off, don't.
Well, we're talking about Phil Borton, our CEO here at Yamba. He's decided to take a year off. Come the 1st of November is his first day of leave. And he's decided he's not going to come back to the position here, so that's why Greg Target will be taking over. But Phil's done a great job at the club, and he's managed it through some difficult times, through COVID and a few other bits and pieces. Very successful now with owning 2 motels and a few other bits and pieces. So he's decided to take 12 months off. He's taken up lawn bowls, and he's also got a caravan. So he and his wife Raquel are going to go around Australia. So or certainly across the Nullarbor. Whether it's around Australia or not, I'm not sure. So
you get to decide as he goes along.
Yeah, that's right. So, but he said he needs the time off because it's been a difficult time.
Oh, Tom, give him that one a chance, but just crashed on the short ones.
It's a bit of a wall in front though now, and they're all the Queensland bowls.
We see though that the clubs that are doing well, they're diversifying their income streams, and they're making sure that they have varied income sources, and it's good to own other businesses and other properties.
Yeah, we've diversified reasonably well so far, but we're still looking at more. But the good thing is we've got the money at the moment to do so. So it's very important. So Phil came here from Culburra, and the club was struggling a little bit, but he's quickly turned the club around. So we're now very successful. Our auditors are very happy with us. So
a couple of motels, nice, and I'd say the booking rates here are pretty good.
Yep, very good.
Another club out at Dubbo that we go to, West Dubbo, they have a couple of motels in part of their portfolio.
Yep.
A few clubs own houses around their club that they rent out, provides extra income.
Yeah, we've got one investment property other than the motels, but we're using it primarily at the moment for staff accommodation for backpackers and bits and pieces. So just to, because the cost of living around here can be a little bit high, so if we can offer some reduced rental for our backpackers or new staff, then that's what we do. So,
well, that's one of the challenges facing many of the businesses, and you're in one of the areas where accommodation is difficult because of the popularity of the area. That's common right across the state, though.
yeah, exactly.
And so it's been a good initiative from some of the clubs that have been able to own a couple of properties and have that availability for attracting staff to their area.
Well, this looks like so far a pretty good head for the for AJ and Tom. So could be a good result. I don't know if it's a good head, but
Well, they do need probably a score on this end. 6 behind, 4 to go. You'd like to pick up. We certainly have to win the end.
well, it's difficult to tell how far short those bowls in front are. But if they beat that bowl at 3 o'clock, roughly at 3 o'clock, then they're probably holding 4.
Rob's playing backhand. Going to fall short. Oh, had to be up.
Yeah, when you're down, you're up.
And he might have even been just as well off to play. Well, Tom's playing an attacking bowl here, so maybe they aren't holding that many.
I think he's trying to get rid of that bowl out at 3 o'clock. If he does that, I think they've got a whole handful.
Well, that might be why Rob's not being a little more aggressive in his approach. I do know a few fellows who probably would have gone forehand and reasonably quick to try and smash that bunch. But the danger there is you punch one of them onto your own bowl.
You
Run
might
out.
dead draw on this.
That,
Well, that's cut it down.
It's made it a lot better. So the question is whether Tom will go try and get them both. Be very difficult to get them both.
Yeah, could move the jack too if he hits that last bowl of Rob's on the outside edge.
Might be just as well off to switch over to the forehand, try and play a couple of feet of weight into your own bowls.
Yeah, promote 1 or 2 your own. They're feeling a little bit of scoreboard pressure here, so I think they're looking for multiples.
Yeah, I think Tom's just saying I'll just try and promote 1 or 2 and get the second shot.
Yeah.
So it might only be 1. You want to count, but you also don't want to take the risk that you're going to give it away. So he can get up to his own bowls.
He's
Still can got a chance. Oh,
No.
He's just going to get the little edge. Just the one.
just the one by the look of it.
Oh, it's a good save from Jake and Rob.
I might just shoot off for an end or 2, Andrew, and
All right.
see if we can determine who's playing here next.
No
next
worries.
round.
I'll just turn your volume down. There we go. Oh, just as Don jumps up, I feel a little breath of breeze there. It's going pretty much straight into the faces of the bowlers here. They're rolled a fairly long length again. That mat right back near the tee. And the jack near the tee as well. So as close to maximum distance as you can go here without actually getting there. Good starter from AJ. So we've got 3 ends left. We'll be back up and back again. Jake, well, that is an excellent reply. Very good position. His bowl effective there. Gives it a chance to score. And AJ needs to be up again. Has to be in the area. Well, that's not too bad at all. I think it's in just out of count. So that's probably a metre or so short. So not quite perfect, but at least it's given a chance to be able to be pushed up. Jake, though, he's dropped his weight off with this one. There's still one down. Needed really to be behind. So as we cross over, just a reminder, we're coming to you live from Yamba Bowling Club. It's the Yamba Classic Pairs. Do hope you're enjoying the presentation, because we'll be back here in Yamba in 2 weeks' time. We're going to be bringing you the over 40 state pairs finals. Rob, he's fallen short with his opening bowl as well, so I think it's now 2 to the Broadbeach pairing. Decent correction from Rob. Just going to crash on Jake's bowl, so do you think that... Sorry, no, it's not Jake's bowl, that's AJ's. Just turned him out. I think it's still a couple, so the 2 to the left of screen, Jack High and just past, just short and just past the Jack High. The Yamba pair, the 3 bowls, centre line closest are Queenslanders. 2 of those count. The shortest one, it's just over a metre short, is out of the count. AJ, he'll play the backhand, trying to get around his own. Wants to be up to this, Jack. He's not quite got the speed that he needs on this one. Jake's just going to follow him down. Wants to give it plenty of chances. Really needs to be up. Just pulled his grass across. No love, so crashes onto his teammate. Still a couple. That's a good bowl from AJ. That one will count. Really, I think the instruction there, draw to that's not too bad. Breeze slightly across, so you're probably better off just to go slightly wider and try and just get inside the Jack High one, because if you're trying to draw tight, if this happens. So holding 3 at the moment. 3 ends to go, 5 shots the difference. Tom Nathan, he'd be hoping to add another 2 and bridge the gap. Be shootout for 2 ends. Your opening game in a 6-game series, you'd be looking to make sure you get at least a win. Winning all 6 is going to be tough, so you want to start well. I reckon that with 52 teams involved, might find even 4.5 wins might be enough to get you into the prize pool, paying down to 8th. Certainly 6 wins to get you near the top of the table. Maybe 5 would be close as well. And Tommy, he's played this one exceptionally well. That's 4. That does mean Rob has a blocked view. Big thing here, need to know that not getting shot is okay, but getting second shot is critical. Still plenty of room to draw. You just want to get down and inside that wide right, the widest right bowl, just at jack high. Got to get there to do it. Unfortunately, he's fallen short. Tom Nathan, here's his chance. He's drawing to level this game up. So after the Yamba pair has really got a good lead up, chance for Tom and AJ to get to the lead. That's pretty close. Not sure it's in. Chance for him to get back into this. Rob, what can he do? He's got the right grass on this. How's his speed? Needs it to run. Well, how good is that? He's drawn shot. Very good. Oh, might not be shot. They're having a close look. Gonna have to put the tape on. Possibly 5 down then. Makes it a measure. So 5 in front, 3 to play. Possibly 5 down. And Drew shot. What a bowl. That one. That's a game winner, that one. So all of a sudden, it's 6 the difference. 2 ends to play. They were possibly 5 down till Rob Wastell played this one. That one, that's a true skipper's bowl, Drew shot. Two ends to go. Yamba pair 6 in front. Coming to you live from Bowlo Sports and Leisure here at Yamba Bowling Club. Yamba Classic pairs. $12,000 up for grabs across the 8 prize levels, plus a round winner for each round. Some very handy teams involved. Probably a pick that you don't want to draw would be the Peter Taylor of Alstonville. And he's not quite gone in light. He's got Carl Healy, the Jackaroo from Cabramatta. Oh, good bowl from Jake. There's thump into that one. He's holding a couple. Does open the opportunity for AJ just to be up on his forehand side. There's a nice gap there. Just set either or come through the hole, pick the jack out. Just like, well, he's just going to punch onto the shorter bowl. So it's 2 as they cross over. Don't forget, Bowls New South Wales Member Conference and Partner Expo, Weddy Leagues, Friday 1st of November, starting at 9. Special guest speaker, Steve Glasson, OAM, former national coach, former international superstar, king of the indoor, once upon a time anyway. So Rob coming down on his forehand, wants this to get off that one, punched it over. That's not quite the best result because it's just given a chance for Tom to play through. He's got both bowls behind now. Wants the outside of it. Well, he's punched the bowl through. Far enough, stayed. Second shot. Rob really needs one behind here. So the players will go straight back out for round two. We'll have a very slight pause in our stream just to give a chance to set up the new scoreboards and stream details. But we will cut and make a new stream. So we will cut as soon as the last bowl in this game is played. And we'll be back pretty much straight away. The second game will be completed and then a lunch break. And then round three this afternoon. Guessing around about 2 to 2:30. But we will be back with round two after a very short break. Tom Nathan wants his own bowl cleanly. He's got the jack right back. Jack in the ditch. We've got a very limited range here. It's a very short back between those between the greens. Oh, and we've just had a little freeze. Got it back again now. So that jack. Just pop the inset there to show you where jack and bowl in ditch are. So we're looking the opposite way with the middle camera. So it's on the left of that shot. It's on the right-hand side of our rear view that we have behind. So that one's very close to being in there. There is a toucher just to the right of the rink number as we look at it. And that jack is over to the right of our screen. We actually can't pick it up. There's stuff in the way, as you can see. Rob, backhand draw. Tom Nathan's ripped that one right back into that back area. I'll go on in. So we do have a blockbuster coming up next. We're going to have Carl and Peter up against Reed Burgess, apparently. I'm not sure, familiar with Reed, or he might be from up the coast. We'll certainly find out. Tom's just a bit quick there as well. So Rob Wastell, backhand down. Pretty well pointed. That's dropped in as well. We can see on our overhead cam. Just make that a bit bigger on the inset. You can see the jack up on the left of that. Trying to make some contact. That was just the one, I think. And AJ's got the mat. Oh, and he's rolled it in. We are coming up to our last end. Jake's brought the mat up a little. And they're going to roll it a bit shorter, but he's just probably a bit more than Rob wanted. In fact, it's gone right down to the tee. And AJ, well, it's a bit shorter and he's just not quite zipped it on. You see him in the background going, oh, I just needed to send it. And they're 5 behind playing the last. They were holding 5 last time in this direction. But Rob Wastell played an absolute bomb. And Jake's just drawn jack high. Very close. A couple more in that head, just close it out a little bit. Well, you do want margins in one of these series. You probably also need to make sure you win. You do win your 6 games, you give yourself a chance to be up there. Carl's just noticed and given a wave. A big shout out to everybody watching on, and just a reminder that we'll be bringing another game in just a little while. We will have a short break before round 2 starts. And a couple of relatively new bowlers, Peter Taylor, Carl Healy. They'll be our feature game next time. I think I've heard of those 2 blokes before. They're up against Alan Smith and Reed Burgess, Mermaid and Broadbeach. I'm sure I've heard of Reed before as well. I think he might be one of their PLQ players. Of course, the Burgess surname's a little bit of a famous one up in this area as well. The Lennox head Neil Burgess won a state singles, played pretty well, and I'm pretty sure Michael's his brother, who also played top level bowls and was a very good bowler, and I think he might have made his name playing down in the Coffs area. I'm sure somebody will tell me different if I'm wrong. I know Michael's a mate of my old schoolmate, Cameron Curtis. So we've got a few bowls left in this clash. Skippers playing their last bowl of their first attempts. But, so we'll have 4 each left after this one. Tom's holding one with the bowl just in jack high. Drew it away from Jake. Rob just fell a little bit short with that one, so 4 bowls each to go, 8 to come this end. This is the last end of this game. We will have a short break after this game has concluded, and we'll be back with round 2 pretty much straight away. As we said, we've got Peter Taylor and Carl Healy, that's Ulsterville Cabramatta, up against Mermaid Broadbeach, Alan and Reed Burgess. Alan Smith, I think it was. AJ, he's just going to fall a little bit short. Great line, just didn't quite get that one away. It's looking like the Yamba pair have just about got this one sewn up. He can turn his mate's bowl up here. Very good. That's a good second shot. Just a reminder, if you are in this area, jump on down to Yamba, the Mega Bowl tonight, $500 winner takes all, 1 bowl singles. Also got some state events coming up, 26th, 27th of October, the over 40 state pairs live from here from Yamba. And then the rookies towards the end of November, coming to you from Raymond Terrace. Singles and pairs, 2 days each. One shot at the moment. Entertainment here at Yamba as well. Thursday, 21st of November. Blues Brothers review. Chance to finish off as a winning end. He's got the jack. He's trailed it back to be one down, so the final score is 12-8 after 14 ends. Rob Wastell paired up with local Jake McHutchison. They've had a win over AJ Buatava and Tom Nathan. It's been a pleasure to bring it to you. Andrew Lynn signing off here. We'll be back in just a little while with round 2 from Yamba.